see what the Lobos can get going here now.
Looking for Schoenstein inside. Give it a look anyway. Out to Daniel.
See how the postmen for Tulsa, they fight you all the way out. Usually post defense, if you'll come 20 feet away, you can get some relief.
Inside the lane, we're going to have a whistle and a foul, and let's see if Smith will go to the line for 2. And that's, in fact, exactly what he will do. That last foul was on Zach Bennett.
You see the foul on the way up before he gets inside into roughing.
I think he got fouled by 3 different players that time, but Zach Bennett gets credit with his first. And that ends a string of 10 consecutive free throws made by Charles Smith.
And he can't blame you for jinxing him either.
No, I didn't say anything until the end there. Dave Bliss sends in Clayton Shields, and there's a look at Charles Smith. Actually, I believe those numbers were from the TCU game. Both free throws no good, and the Lobos will play it in. Boy, that hurts. You know, when a team is struggling, you get a chance to go to the line to stop the bleeding, and you can't get one of them to go. Santiago had position a little bit late now.
You pointed that out. Lobos postmen get position. You have to throw it in there very quickly.
Yeah, the guards are very hesitant about that, and I think what you need to do is be aware of who's in the game and whether you want to get it to them when they're open.
There's Clayton fighting Coley. Foul, second foul on Coley.
And so Coley will sit down, and Seals returns to the lineup after a very brief rest. Charles Smith on the baseline, and he gets it. Charles Smith was recruited by Tulsa, thought heavily about going here, but stuck with Dave Bliss in New Mexico.
I think Lamont Long was also recruited by Tulsa.
He was. He did not visit here, but had an opportunity to. And the lefty who just came in, Adrian Crawford, knocks it down. You mentioned Lamont Long, and he's getting ready to come in right now. Smith will try it again. That's a little bit of a fadeaway, and Thompson gets the rebound. 15-4 our score. Cunningham double, triple team there, looking for help. And the steal by New Mexico. It's a 3-on-2. And an offensive foul.
Well, that was a poorly executed 3-on-2 that time. We're going to get a look at it again here. There you see one pass. Didn't make Bennett commit before you threw it to him, and it was good position by Bennett.
Second foul on Clayton Shields. So the lineup will be Alney and Shields, along with Gibson, Santiago, and Lamont Long.
Mike, what do you think about trying to get it into Santiago? Big target, he can post up, and maybe you can make something happen by starting with that.
Well, nothing else has worked so far, and he has had good position as Seals uncorks it and hits it again. Lamont Long came into the game, and I think his job was to stick with Seals, and he didn't do it that time. 18-4. Wild shot, offensive rebound Long. Wild again, Santiago lays it in.
I tell you, I'd go into the big guy Santiago right now because your guards are not able to break the pressure down.
Santiago with his first hoop. Thompson left alone. Again a three-pointer, and it's now 21-6. 4 3-pointers in the game now for the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
And they're not normally known as a great shooting team.
Hitting just 36%. Long a little bit too long. Seals posting up. Gendron. Nobody boxed out, and Bennett put it in. And New Mexico will take the timeout. It's a blowout, 23-6, Tulsa.
Goals by Tulsa are 3-point ones.
That's right, they have 4, and they've been getting good looks. Daniel Santiago will take a break now. You see 4 of 5 in the three-point shooting. Ben Baum replaces Santiago.
Look at the wide stance that all of the Tulsa players get in. They're a great man-to-man defensive team.
You know, frankly, as we see Gibson drive in and travel, their pressure defense hasn't been up as high as I thought it would be. We'll take a timeout right now with the Lobos trailing 23-6. Thrown in the whack.
Well, last year the Lobos did an excellent job on the road.
And Kenny Thomas on the bench tonight because of that sprained ankle he suffered on Tuesday, unable to make a go of it. Seals throws up a wild shot, and it's still loose. Finally, we're going to get a held ball here, and it'll be New Mexico's ball. Jay Seals, 9 points, 1 rebound, and 4 assists already, and that's why he's a preseason All-American.
He's one of the 10 that were picked as a preseason favorite for the John Wooden Award.
He also played on the USA Under-22 select team that played against the Dream Team over the summer. That's a team that Kenny Thomas tried out for but didn't make. In fact, those two had some words right before the beginning of the game.
Shea came over and put his arm around Kenny and said he felt sorry for him not getting to play and stuff.
Charles Smith, baseline, and he's going to be charged with the offensive foul. His first, but another turnover to New Mexico.
Charles has the baseline here, has an opening. Well, you see, that's one of those ones that they usually don't call. Tulsa player standing underneath the bucket.
Well, they've been trying to draw that all night, and I think the Lobos need to make some adjustments along those lines.
Well, you have to adjust to the referees. You're exactly right.
Michael Ruppin goes inside. It's kicked, and they'll reset it. So we're almost 10 minutes into this thing, Nelson, and the Lobos have scored 6 points, and it's reminiscent of what Rice went through against Tulsa Monday night.
A lot of people said, well, they'll do that to Rice, but they can't do it to the Lobos. But a very good team, and if you're not able to break them down early, they get their confidence going, and then their shooting gets better because they're not a great shooting team normally.
Rice ended up with 33 points, but they had about 9 total late in the first half. Uh-oh, here he is again. Seals knocks down another 3, and it's a 20-point lead. Back out to Spider, and he hits that one, the first 3-pointer.
Inside to Daniel, broke the defense down, and Charles a wide open shot.
Thompson left alone. I'm not sure what they're thinking on defense out there tonight. 29-9.
Okay, Daniel's working hard, and he wants the basketball. You have to like that, not backing down.
A lot of dribbling with going nowhere so far in this first half for New Mexico. And we'll have a hold inside. Maldonado is holding Daniel Santiago. Number 1 on him.
And that's what I'm talking about in terms of challenging the pressure, Mike, because if you'll get it in there whenever they're all over you, once you get the basketball, a foul will be called.
Schornstein left alone. His first shot is off the front of the rim, and Seals gets the rebound. Left alone on the baseline. No good that time by Jamie Gillen, who has just entered the ball game now. (29-9), 9:22 to go. Turnover to New Mexico, and that's 6 now. Seems like more than that.
Well, you know what it is? Why the turnovers, I think, look more. It's because Tulsa's shooting such a high percentage. I mean, that's 2 things. The Lobos' offense isn't there, but also Tulsa's shooting lights out.
Thompson out the screen. And it tips back to Tulsa. Seals. He's feeling it, and we're going to have a whistle over the back on Maldonado. Daniel yells, box out.
It's a 5th foul on Tulsa. Lobos can't wait till they start shooting free throws.
And Zach Bennett returns now, and Maldonado will sit down with those 2 fouls. Scoring for New Mexico in the ball game, Charles Smith with 5, David Gibson with 2, and Santiago with 2. And that's it. Didn't look like a particularly good shot. It's off the side of the rim. Back to Smith. Needs some help. And I think he may have called a timeout, did he not? Took a 20-second timeout. I think that was a smart play by Charles.
Well, that just shows you they're helping defense. I don't want to keep overemphasizing it, but that's what there's to talk about right now. See how they come over and help? He couldn't even find anyone, and instead of being aggressive and turning into that pressure, Charles is fading away.
Well, that almost is a good example for the point you made in our Chalk Talk segment in the pregame. Tulsa will trap on the sidelines, and the best place to get out of the trap is in the middle.
That's exactly right.
Well, let's see if New Mexico can get something going here right now. 12th ranked team in the country, struggling mightily. Tulsa, a regular in the NCAA tournament, a Sweet 16 team a couple of times here in the 90s. Shot clock is at 15. Gibson crossover dribble, has a lane, and it's knocked out of bounds.
You know, when we talked about that earlier, what you end up doing because of their pressure defense, they switch a lot of picks. You end up just having to go one-on-one. You get frustrated, and sometimes that's the best you can do.
Shot clock is at 9 now, and Charles Smith to do a little one-on-one. Not even that. Off the front of the rim. Put it up from way outside. Here comes the break. Genron around the horn to Bennett. Gillen with it, number 33. Bennett. Genron wide open. At some point you'd think Tulsa will cool down, but they've been getting good looks.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, the Lobos, lots of times if you get frustrated, it affects your defense also.
6 Golden Hurricane have scored in this game. Smith again on the baseline. Shields pops it and hits his first hoop. Well, that's a start.
Like you said, Mike, if the Lobos can get something going offensively, Lobo fans have to hope that Tulsa can't shoot this well the entire game.
Schoenstein with the push over behind the back there. And that's his first foul, a team foul number 4 on New Mexico. A couple of substitutes come in, and we'll get you all caught up to date when we come back. 7:10 to go, the Lobos team foul situation. Both New Mexico and Tulsa with 5 each. And field goal shooting, Tulsa's cooled off a little bit from that 75%. The Lobos up just slightly from that 25% we saw early. Tulsa dominating the backcourt scoring in this game.
Charles Smith, 2 of 7. 1 for 4 on 3-point shots. The one he made was that wide open one from Daniel Santiago.
That backcourt scoring for Tulsa does not include Shea Seals, who kind of plays that swing player. He has 9. So most of the points from the perimeter players for Tulsa. Good help by Santiago. Shot clock at 12. Inside. Bennett back out, and Seals is left alone again.
What happened, Daniel Santiago had switched onto Shea Seals, and whenever he passed it, Daniel just went back inside.
Gibson is fouled. Crawford put a little push on him. Seals is now 4 of 5 on 3-pointers. And oh no, they're going to call it on New Mexico.
I think they called an illegal pick on Daniel Santiago. Or on maybe Schoenstein.
You're right the first time there. They don't have it up on the board here, so it's difficult to tell sometimes. Alley-oop! Now 34-12. Great assist from Crawford. Lamont Long out front now. And Clayton Shields will reset. Keep hearing whistles in here. Keep thinking they're the officials, but something else, maybe just the fans. Shot clock at 9. Too late to get it into Daniel. They waited too long. 7 turnovers. Shields, and we'll have a whistle at travel on J.C.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the game, that every once in a while Tulsa starts before they put the ball on the floor, and they caught Shea on that one.
There's this nice setup here, a set play.
Nice backdoor play. Actually, no pick. Just got Clayton leaning one way.
Showed the athletic ability for Seals. A bit of a half-court trap here now. I haven't seen that really tonight.
They call that their swarm. They just try and double team, and then from there they just switch around, guard the open man.
Long gets it in there, back out. Clayton, and he knocks that one down. He has a couple of three-pointers now. Shields has hit at least 2 3-pointers in every game this season. That's quite a run. It's 34-15 now. Gentry, as Gibson fell down, and he knocked down the shot. 4 points now for Gendron out of the Tulsa area here. Played 3 years in the Pittsburgh Pirates system before injuring his arm. And we'll have a hold inside, and that will be on Zach Bennett, his second. It looks like the Lobos are still a foul away from going to the free throw line.
You see Ben Baum trying to get position there. And Mike, if you'll look at the open shots the Lobos have got, including the last one by Clayton Shields, it's whenever the Lobos have been able to get the ball into the paint, either on a drive or getting it into the post man. That's a way to break this pressure down.
Baum has it in the lane. It goes back to Charles Smith. And we're going to have Clayton going to the line for 2.
Michael Ruffin with his first personal foul will be the 17th foul.
Nice pass there.
Wow.
Boy, going around Ruffin, but man, that swarming defense is tough.
Well, how do you beat that? I mean, if you're going to get into that trap, and the Lobos, we see it every time somebody drives, how do you avoid it?
Well, it depends on where you're going to drive to. Whenever you're going to drive to an area where you know there's going to be a trap, you need to anticipate that. And your teammates, Mike, have to find the open area. Because if they just stand around 30 feet from the bucket, there's nothing you can do.
Well, get rid of the ball maybe before you get to the trap. And tried to set up Ruffin on the alley-oop there. Another near travel, that time by Gendron. Here comes Lamont Long, the freshman. Tempe, Arizona, going the distance and scoring.
Showing a little David Gibson speed there with the basketball.
Needs to pick up his man, though. There's some confusion, and he ends up on Ruffin, and quite a height difference there. I think Clayton is supposed to be on him, and now they'll switch. 36-18. It's down to 18 points now.
Who would have thought you were going to have to say that?
And away from the ball. The hold, I believe, on David Gibson now. Gibson's second, and it's the bonus.
David Gibson whistle for his second personal foul, 17th foul. Jamie Gilbert stepping in the line by 1.
Mike Powers and Nelson France along with you tonight from Tulsa, Oklahoma. First ever meeting between these two schools. The rematch will come in the pit a little bit later on.
This is pretty much a neutral arena, but not a neutral crowd.
Absolutely. The Golden Hurricane normally play in the Tulsa Convention Center. There's a rodeo there this week, and so they're over here. I'm not sure if I said it earlier, but Ben Baum has played in this more than any of the Tulsa players. Played in it 12 times while at Oklahoma State. That's just the way it's gone for New Mexico tonight. Charles Smith on the end line, and with 3:43 to go, timeout. 37-18 Tulsa. Lobos with 37% shooting from the field, and Tulsa back up to 64%. And again, it is very difficult for teams to shoot around 50% against New Mexico, but Tulsa's been able to do it tonight. corner now. That's Cunningham with it. Good position down low. Ruffin missed the easy one. And Seals gets his 6th rebound. Way outside and out. And Ben Baum with the rebound. Leading rebounders for New Mexico in the ball game. Schornstein, Smith, and Santiago with 2 each.
Turnovers really isn't the story. New Mexico with 9, but Tulsa has 6. It's just the defense and the fact that the Lobos are ineffective on offense.
Already the shot clock is down to 10. Gibson calls off Smith. Long-range bomb is too strong. Nobody inside for the rebound. Up front, Ruffin now. Cunningham left alone and fouled by Baum. One thing Ben has to do is he's got to get a little bit more physical in there. He's got to get a body up on whoever he's guarding because he's getting way down too low, too easy.
That's exactly right. Catches the basketball in great position there and gets Ben up in the air. 2 mistakes.
And so Cunningham will shoot the 1-and-1, and he gets the first one. We'll look at Cunningham, some of the numbers on him, the junior. Getting more playing time than normal. And we'll have another held ball, then this one will go to Tulsa.
Well, there hasn't been very many opportunities for Tulsa to beat New Mexico on the offensive rebounds because they're making all their shots. But there's a situation where they out-hustle the Lobos to the ball.
And now, even before the ball is played in, another whistle. And number 2 on Smith. So that's a freebie, and Seals will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Again, Kenny Thomas not playing tonight for New Mexico, a sprained ankle. He is in street clothes. Seals, 18 points in the first half, 18 of the 39 for Tulsa.
Right now it's Seals 19, New Mexico 18.
40-18. Lobos working the perimeter here and haven't been able to penetrate much. Look out! Seals is having a career first half. 21 points. And they're going to call another offensive foul on Charles Smith. Clearly, in my mind, the Tulsa player got there late, and it's like an epidemic of offensive fouls here.
Watch J.R. Cunningham. You really couldn't tell from that angle whether he was still moving or not.
Not a lot of contact there. Third foul on Charles Smith, who is on the bench now, head and hands. Lobos go to a trapping defense. And somehow Seals finds himself free. Ruffin with the big offensive rebound. And this one will go to New Mexico. Lobo team very frustrated the way the first half has gone here.
Well, you know, some instances you say, well, you still have another half to go. The Lobos have to regroup. I mean, right now, you can see it in some of their eyes that they're just not excited with the fact that there is another second half.
Long leads in. Fight for the rebound, and it's off Santiago. Lobos only shooting 7 of 21 from the field, 33%. Just 7 made field goals here in the half.
Mike, and if you looked at those their misses, how many of those misses were not even good shots for the Lobos?
Out of bounds off New Mexico. Played in a lot of, yeah, make a good point.
It's not like they're going down there every time and getting great shots.
No. I'll bring it back out. Also looks good, no question about it. Here comes Thompson in the lane. And somehow he puts it back in. That is Ruffin. It's only the first hoop for Ruffin, but he has 8 rebounds. The Lobos will try to get off the shot here to end the half.
Boy, this Tulsa crowd, one of the things they understand defense, and they're really encouraging the Golden Hurricanes.
Gibson slices in, and he is fouled with 4 seconds left. That's on Michael Ruffin. Folks here don't like it, and he gives a smile.
That's a good call there. Contact before he got both hands on the ball.
2 shots for Gibson. That's Gibson's first point since that bucket a minute and a half into the game. Gibson gets them both, and that will allow Royce Alney and Ben Baum to check in. Make sure Gibson doesn't pick up another foul here with 4 seconds left.
They want Clayton Shields out of the game too, I believe, because of his fouls.
So Ben Baum and Daniel Santiago will be in the lineup at the same time. Get it into Ruffin now. May get a decent shot off. A little bit short. And that's the end of a very difficult first half of play for the 12th ranked New Mexico Lobos. At the break, it's Tulsa 44, New Mexico 20. Stay with us for a news and weather update here at halftime, and we'll be back to show you some of the highlights and some stats from the first. Haven't been able to get any offense generated in the half-court game at all. The story in the first half was Jay Seals with 21 points, 7 of 11 field goals, 4 of 6 on 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal to lead the way with 21 points. So we'll play in to start things off here in the second half.
Well, the Lobos are hoping they don't start off the second half the same way they started off the first half. They may have the same people out there.
Seals, and a good pass inside, and Ruffin will shoot 2. So the Lobos come out in a half-court trap, and the Golden Hurricane make them pay right away.
Find the open man. Gibson barely getting there, but you've got to mix it up. I mean, Dave Bliss, this is tough. You've got to come up with a way either to get back in the game or at least gain some confidence. 3rd foul on David Gibson.
One-hander by Ruffin. He knocks it down. Steve Robinson, tutored under Roy Williams at Kansas. Spent 7 years there as an assistant. Before that, an assistant at Cornell. Dave Bliss's alma mater. 4 points now for Ruffin, and it's 46-20.
If the Lobos do anything different against this pressure man-to-man.
Looking for Shields off the screen. He's got a height advantage there with Gendron. Schoenstein, 3-pointer, off. Offensive rebound by Ben Baum. Lobos will set things up again now with the fresh shot clock.
Watch Tulsa, they switch almost every screen. That's why screening does not help much, and if you're not paying attention, they'll switch a little quick and get a steal.
Smith back out to Gibson with 12 on the shot clock. Ball has just worked from one side to the other. Steals inside over the top. Thompson didn't see anything he liked, so he'll set it up. Inside, Ruffin has position. And Ben Baum gets a rebound in the first half, or here to start the second, and a steal. Shields open. That's his third three-pointer. Now 10 points for New Mexico.
David drove with a purpose that time. He drove at Clayton Shields' man, Gendron, and was able to create a shot for Clayton Shields.
Correction on the scoring for Shields. He has 12 now. Good job. And Shields hustles back and knocks the ball out of bounds. 24 on the shot clock.
Good hustling back there. Could have been a jump ball then, but I think he did let go of the ball before he landed.
All the way out to Shields. Shields reminds me of Bryant Stiff, who played against the Lobos when he was at Virginia. Good dish inside. Missing the bunny there. Similar body types to Stiff, who's now with the Denver Nuggets.
Look at his arms. I mean, look at Shields' arms. I mean, they're well developed. That allows him to kind of push off a little bit on offense and coming off of screens.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. Ben Baum left alone. That one's short. Thompson has an alley. And he's fouled before the shot by Ben Baum, I believe.
They call that on Shorty.
Yeah. And you're correct. That's his second now.
Stopped the basketball. They're Shorty with his hand there and also going for the ball.
Yeah, Ben was quite a ways back. I thought Ben was a little faster than that. No. Zach Bennett returns to the Tulsa lineup now. And the freshman out of Tulsa had the big free throw that beat UCLA in the very first game of the year.
Tulsa's had a lot of impressive wins this year.
Took Duke down to the wire in the semifinals of the NIT. And they ended up beating Evansville in the third place game. Up fade away, a little turnaround is short. Good defensive sequence by New Mexico that time. They're double teamed into the corner. Still loose. And the steal. And the turnover back.
That's an unusual pass. You don't see someone just turn and throw it out of bounds. Mike, we were talking about the Lobos needing to make a decision before they get into one of those red zones that we were talking about. Because once you get in over there near the baseline or the sideline and they get the double team on you, it's tough to find anybody.
You know it's coming, so you need to be looking for the man who's coming to help on the double team.
That's exactly right.
Smith in the lane, and he comes up short. All alone for the dunk is Bennett. Bennett with 4 points, 2 in each half now. It's 48-23. Tulsa just doing a wonderful job on the switching and the double teams. Ben Baum, high arching shots in and out, but Shields with the follow slam. 14 points, leading score for New Mexico by far.
That's the quietest this crowd has been in a while.
Yeah. That shot, and I thought it was going in. Smith will pull it up and almost throw it away. Charles needs to get it together here. Grimacing a little bit. I'm not sure if he strained a muscle, right leg.
So far, Ben Baum is able to get open some.
Short on that one. I guess I've said that enough tonight. In the corner now, Coley. Good feed to Ruffin in the foul. Coley looked inside off the, secondary break there and and found Ruffin, and he will shoot 2.
They come back, look at that. Good, quick pass inside to Ruffin and foul on. I'll tell you, Clayton Shields has picked it up a notch. If we're looking for something positive for the Lobo fans around the state, Clayton has picked it up. He's mad out there. He's feeling a little, come on guys, let's get it going. And he's more aggressive on defense, going to the glass and scoring.
Jimmy Gillen replaces Seals now, and Ruffin concentrating and shooting the first of 2. Royce Alney is in. Charles Smith will take a break right now. Second by Ruffin is good. There'll be an official timeout now with 14:52 to go in the game, and it's all Tulsa.
Lobo basketball is brought to you by
49-25 Golden Hurricane.
That's our man band tape.
That's right, our man. That's what it says on the copy. Charles Smith on the bench now, 2 of 8, 0 of 2 at the free throw line with 2 rebounds and 3 fouls. Back door, Shields will try it again, and he's bumped before the shot.
Looks like the Lobos may be running their flex offense. That's sometimes effective whenever a team is switching a lot, because you can post up whenever they make the switch. There you see Clayton against the shorter player being able to go up and post up.
And Bond hits it, but he walked. Pass got into the body, and he took a little step.
You ought to be able to take a step when you're down 24 on the road, you know?
You won't get an argument from me. Bennett dribbles out now. Working a little clock. Jim Cunningham getting considerable playing time from Edmond, Oklahoma. Shot clock at 10, and here comes Thompson out saying, I'll take it. Working against Royce Alney. Spin. Offensive rebound in there. Several of them, and finally Royce Alney grabs it. Royce did not take a shot in the SMU game the other night. Didn't really need him, but his minutes, I think he only had 7 minutes against the Mustangs.
And I don't think he's taking a shot tonight either.
No. He only played 4 in the first half. There it is. And that's well off the mark. Royce playing that scrappy Tulsa-like defense out there now.
The Lobos only 5 points, almost 7 minutes gone here in the second half.
Gibson on Gillen. Boy, that was a tough shot. Tough shot for Gillen. His first hoop, he has 3 points. Daniel Santiago getting ready to check in now for New Mexico. Shields squares up and he hits it. 2-pointer on the foot on the line, a long 2. And all the way back out to Gillen, and they'll reset.
Tulsa, Mike, has 5 players getting ready to check in.
Don't see that very often, and we see the good roll by Thompson on the baseline. I guess you can kind of have the luxury of doing that when you build a big lead. Wholesale changes now coming in.
They go deep anyway.
Been impressed with the way they've been able to run their offense. We've heard about their defense and didn't think they were a particularly good offensive team, but they can run and they've been able to set the screens. And Santiago, or rather Schoenstein, gets his first bucket. 53-29 now. Near turnover for Cunningham and Tulsa. Gillen again off the screen. Tip up, no. Still battling. And Schoenstein will foul Zach Bennett, who will shoot 2. Both teams statistically good rebounding teams. The Lobos +7 in that department on the year. Tulsa +8.
Well, Tulsa's going to be up plus a lot more than that after tonight, and the Lobos are going to drop significantly. Remember, the Lobos only had 11 rebounds at half.
And now the wholesale changes by Tulsa. Again, the 5 new players. And the Lobos make a couple of substitutions too, with Lamont Long in, as well as Santiago.
Mike, you know, it's interesting. The Lobos have only scored 9 points since the break, but Tulsa has only scored 9 points also. I mean, what we talked earlier, the problem was the Lobos were not getting any offense, and Tulsa was on fire in the first half.
Well, there's immediate timeout now, 11:40 to go. Well, it's been dead even here in the second half. And Shea Seals has yet to score in the second half, but Lobos have a lot of catching up to do. Royce Only for now will run the point. Seals steals it away. And Royce Only sticks with him, and we're going to have a foul on Royce.
Mike, New Mexico called for their 5th foul. Tulsa just with 1 foul, and talking to the Oral Roberts coach before the game, he said that's what you need to do, is make Tulsa foul you by attacking their pressure defense instead of letting it dictate the tempo.
There's Seals. He has yet to take a shot in the second half, and that explains why he's scoreless. Denver the pull-up over the top. Shorty with the rebound. Looking inside for Daniel. It bounces off the glass. Ruffin left alone. Back out Crawford now. Seals puts it up. Long rebound to Maldonado and tipped out of bounds. Ben Baum comes in for Daniel Santiago, and Santiago just in briefly that time. Gibson in, Charles Smith also in. The Lobos make some major changes now.
Technical foul has just been called, I think, on Royce Alden. We'll have to see exactly.
It is on Royce. I didn't see what he did or said.
As he was going to sit down, I didn't hear what he said or see it. Couldn't see his lips from here, but said something. The ref tagged him right away.
Thompson gets the first, and then will now try the second. It's kind of an example of the frustration that the Lobos have felt throughout the night. There's Royce with the technical. Somebody tell Royce he's on camera there. We don't want to read any lips. And the Hurricane will play it in. Boy, Seals goes strong and is fouled. And if that's on Smith, that's his. Let's see if that's his 4th. That'll be his 3rd on Charles Smith.
See how Seals just dips his shoulder there and gets in there. I mean, that's we talk about attacking a defensive player. I mean, that's just he's a strong guy, and he can post you up and be very physical.
Well, red hot in the first half, and can't say he's ice cold in the second half because he hasn't taken very many shots, but yet to get on track. Now Clayton Shields is in now, and he'll play the power forward position. Well, that's in and out, and Scrap for the rebound, and a held ball now.
That's the second time whenever Ben Baum has been in there that he's failed to hold off Tulsa, and he's ended up in a jump ball position. You know, that's one of the things that Ben needs to work on is his rebounding.
One thing about Kenny Thomas that makes him such a good inside player is he has good hands. When the ball comes bouncing there, he can grab it. Ben Baum and Daniel Santiago naturally do not have those good hands.
Kenny can get it a little earlier, too. He can get up in the air.
Yeah. And again, Kenny Thomas not playing tonight because of an ankle sprain. And we're going to have a foul against New Mexico. Well, it's, there's 18 fouls already on New Mexico in this half. Just one to Tulsa. And that one, I believe they announced it's on Charles Smith, and that is his fault.
There are lots of times whenever you foul out of a game, you're mad and stuff. This is one of those games that Charles would probably be happier just sitting over there.
Gets the rebound. Trying to set up Shields. Straight on shot. Baum with the rebound, and he is pushed. And that will be the second team foul on Tulsa.
That was a good job by Baum of going and getting in this basketball. See there? Bounces long. He goes up there and catches it with two hands.
Crawford and Bennett return for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane now. And you see Maldonado taking a break, and also Johnny Gendron will sit down. Less than 10 minutes to go now. Bulls would love to have a positive taste as Charles Smith scores his first hoop of the second half. He now has 7. Get a good taste heading to Houston and Saturday's matchup with Rice, which we'll have right here on Q13.
And they're going to have to play. The Lobos are going to be playing Tulsa again. I mean, this isn't the only time playing in Albuquerque in a big game.
And we're going to have an offensive foul inside on Michael Ruffin. Number 3 on him.
Let's see it. Clayton is on him here. Let's see. See if we can see the foul. He's got Clayton hooked there.
Almost a takedown, and finally the whistle. It was a better run play by New Mexico, even though Clayton missed a long shot. Big battle inside, and now we're going to have a whistle. And let's see who that one is on.
That's going to be on Clayton here once again. Clayton and Bennett are doing battle. There you see Clayton pushing a little bit there.
You see the elbow by Bennett. He was unhappy about the physical play, threw the wicked elbow that missed. That was about the time the whistle was blown. And you see Dave Bliss wanting to call the timeout, and he'll get it now with 9:06 to go in the second half of play. Our score in Tulsa is 56-30. 56-31 is our score. Zach Bennett at the free throw line now. Outstanding freshman, 6'9", 235 pounds. One of a bevy of talent from the Tulsa area on this team. And Royce, and I noticed you were watching Royce during part of the game when he was on the bench.
Yeah, he's being heckled. After the technical, several gentlemen behind the New Mexico bench.
Gentlemen?
Well, we'll use it loosely. Been really razzing him and stuff, and Royce giving him a little bit back.
Well, it's not like Royce just to take it, obviously. It's the battler he is. Oh, this Tulsa defense, exceptional. Shields gets free and misses the reverse layup there.
Several times since the Lobos started running the flex, they're able to get Clayton Shields posting up, getting the ball into him. Watch Clayton breaks down there. Good pass away from the defender. And he goes up here, uses the rim to keep it from getting blocked, and gets fouled.
Ruffin with 4 personal fouls. Shields gets the first free throw now, and he's about it for New Mexico as far as offense. 15 points. Ruffin out and Cunningham back in, and here comes Royce Olney back in. And we got some of the fans you were mentioning, you could see over there gesturing and some fans booing.
I think they're trying to figure out whether or not there's a Tulsa Royce Olney fan club or not.
Here comes the trap by New Mexico. over and back. So good pressure defense, and the Lobos will get it. Charles Smith in now, and Royce will sit down quickly.
That was quick.
That was quick. Turnovers, 16 for New Mexico. Tulsa with 12. Tulsa does have a problem hanging on to the ball a little bit. Ben Baum, fade away in the paint. Fight for it, and Cunningham brings it out of there.
Big shots. He's a little quick on the trigger tonight. Usually he knocks those shots down, and his shooting percentage not very good tonight.
Out quickly. He's 6'11", and he's got long arms. And foul on David Gibson. He's got those long arms. In most cases, there's no reason for him to rush it because few people are going to be able to block.
And here's Seals. Now, you see before the double team gets to him, he makes the pass. One more dribble, and Baum would have had the double team on him. And although the player would have been open, Cunningham probably couldn't have made the pass.
Gibson takes a seat with his fourth foul, and Royce only will come back in here, as you saw a moment ago, and Gendron is back in the ball game. Cunningham still has yet to score, although he may be seeing a season high in minutes tonight. The try is good. Royce may set a record around the WAC for cities that boo him. It's in the corner, too strong. New Mexico State boos him there. You take that as a compliment. Fields, three-pointer, nice rotation, no. The little guy gets the rebound. Is it blocked? And we'll reset. That's a better looking shot, and he slides it down.
Like you said, there's no reason because he shoots a little fadeaway. That's so difficult to block, and when he catches it in rhythm, he ought to just take his time and knock it down.
Ben Baum with 2 points, and Daniel Santiago with 2 points. The gentleman, asked to try to replace Kenny Thomas tonight. (59-35). Thompson beat Charles Smith. Thompson now 15 points. He averages 10 a game, so he's well over that.
That was a good pass from Bennett there. Charles Smith overplaying, got back cut, and there was no help there.
Well, that's a silly pass there, and here comes Seals, and he'll finish it.
Mike, and that's what I was talking about in terms of the switches. They switch those screens, and they'll anticipate the pass, and they'll get steals like that. They got some in the first half that kind of got New Mexico going down the wrong road.
Yeah, Lobos rattled right now. Alney threw it away, and David Gibson will come in and replace Royce. 63-35. Seals with 23 points. Clock is moving with 6:12 left in the ball game. Stops, gets it back out. This offense by Tulsa, everyone is moving. A lot of screens set. Cunningham, rather Thompson, and he gets the roll.
Yeah, Mike, they run a motion offense. They're just good screens. And look good. They're good passers too. Yeah. That's one of the things that's impressed me. I think I think this is the largest lead by Tulsa.
Right. Well, that's 30 points. Smith gets the dunk, and he has 9 now. Jimmer Watt gets Bennett. Reverses it, lays it in. 9 points for Bennett. Seals leads the way with those 23. Thompson with 17. For Shields, 16, and he's the leading scorer for New Mexico.
of his stance. The Tulsa players, they get down in a good wide stance. They get their hands up.
Jamestown three-pointer. Long couldn't hang on to it. Same play. This time it's blocked out of bounds. And here comes Rafael Maldonado in. You mentioned how deep they go. I mean, there are quality players going into the game well deep into the bench. Santiago comes in now for Ben Baum. And Ben looks very tired. He's clearly getting his most minutes tonight.
There's the bench scoring there, and you talked about how deep Tulsa goes. The bench points for New Mexico, I think we have 2 from Daniel Santiago and 2 from Lamont Long.
Here comes Coley bringing it in now. Setting the screen. Thompson way off the mark. And out of bounds off Cunningham. I think he was standing out of bounds when the ball hit him. So we have 4:35 to go in the ball game now. Bolger's 30. And we're going to see a little bit of a zone look from Tulsa.
A little 1-3-1 zone.
Too strong on the pass, looking for Santiago inside. Maldonado, offensive foul. No basket. Santiago took the charge, and it's 4 fouls now on Maldonado.
Daniel does a good job. Now he is set. That's a good job of getting back, running the floor by Daniel Santiago. Yeah, we're going to pump that play up because there's not a lot of plays to pump up for New Mexico.
I think Daniel has looked pretty comfortable when he's been in there. See what he can do here on the spin, and he scores.
Well, you know, one of the things, the problem is getting the ball to Daniel. I mean, he gets in there, he's got position, whether it's him catching it or whether the Lobos making a good pass to get it to him.
Maldonado fouled, and they'll say it is on Santiago.
For his second personal foul.
See the quick move. He got it, and he did something with it right away.
That's exactly right. Daniel there trying to pretend like he has his arm straight up in the air after he swats the ball.
He's had a look at Maldonado there with the mouthpiece. And Kenny Thomas, after getting his teeth busted up against New Mexico State, he was supposed to wear that mouthpiece and just decided he didn't like it.
Yeah, it bothered him, and they're his teeth, I guess. Or they used to be his teeth.
Lobos have had very few opportunities at the free throw line tonight. There'll be a timeout on the floor. 3:41 to go. It's 61. There's the numbers with 3:41 to go. Mike Powers along with Nelson France, live from Maybe Arena in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on the campus of Oral Roberts University. And coming into this ball game tonight, the Lobos shooting 49% from the field. Well, they were first in all those categories in the WAC and way off the mark tonight.
Well, and the Lobos knew they were going to face this good switching man-to-man defense by Tulsa, and then all of a sudden they didn't know is that they were going to be without last week the best player of the WAC last week because he was WAC player of the week.
That's Kenny Thomas, and again he sprained an ankle on Tuesday and just unable to play tonight. They're hoping he'll be ready to go Saturday in Rice at Rice. It's not a guarantee by any means. Inside, a hold. That's only the 16th foul on Tulsa. So the Lobos will play it in underneath their own basket, and I believe that was on Eric Coley. He's a cowboy, breaks horses during his spare time.
Only you can come up with those points of interest.
Santiago couldn't quite hang on to the ball, but the Lobos will play it in. Well, he was roping outside in the arena over here.
Okay.
That's why I asked him.
That's a good one. And he has spurs on his tennis shoes, right?
Long plays it in. Looked like he got away with a walk. He moved about 3 feet without dribbling. Shields. Clayton's been the only offensive threat of the game for New Mexico. 18 points for Clayton. 18 of the 41. Maldonado says, why not? Why not? Double figures, 13 points for Maldonado. Daniel strong move, and he lays it in. 6 points for Daniel Santiago. Bad shot by Seals, about the only bad shot he's had. Lobos have an opportunity. And Schornstein misses. And Shields will shoot 2. Go ahead, Nelson.
Whenever you have an athletic play like that, unless Shorty's going to be the wide open, maybe you want to toss it up to Lamont Long. He was the other direction. There you go, Shorty going in there. Lamont could have gone in there and tried to dunk it over somebody.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. One of the jobs of a point guard is to know who to give it to in what situations. Long has a better chance of scoring.
Actually, whenever I played, Mike, and I was on the fast break with Phil Smith, I didn't even give Phil the option of throwing it to me in traffic like that. I would just go off to the side and set up for a jumper. And if we didn't get the layup, give it to me. That was my shot, because I didn't want to have to go in there and try and make some athletic play.
Heaven forbid. And there's a new face tonight, John Cornwell, a freshman for Tulsa. Pressure defense by New Mexico. And the ball is on the line. A late whistle, but I think the correct call there. Tulsa 12-4 overall, 2-0 in the WAC. New Mexico 13-2 and 2-1 in the WAC. And again, they're Mountain Division rivals. Turnaround jumper by Cornwell is good. That kind of night for Tulsa. Has to smile about that one.
This score will raise some eyebrows around the country whenever it's flashed up on the sports network.
That is correct. The pollsters will be looking at that one. Lamont Long left-handed. That's why it's so important for New Mexico to rebound on Saturday at Rice. Now, how can that one count? Coley hits a three-pointer and gets the glass on it. The lead is back up to 30. Short. Good offensive rebound by Long, and he'll get that one.
I like Lamont Long as a defensive player and a rebounder. I mean, next year he'll be looked to score more, but he brings, so much athleticism on defense, and he's tough. He goes to the glass.
And we'll get another chance to look at this one. Santiago kept it alive.
Lamont goes up. He's a smart player, too. Get him up in the air and jump into him.
Cunningham couldn't believe it went down. Long completes the three-point play, and another substitute in. That's Platt for the Golden Hurricane. Jeff Platt from Little Rock, Arkansas. Everybody getting into the act for the Golden Hurricane now. With 48 seconds to go. Gibson gets it back now inside. Santiago is pushed, and he will get the 1-and-1.
You see that deep position that Daniel's getting there, but when he gets that deep a position, Lobos have to come up with a way to get him the basketball.
Santiago knocks it down. Daniel, pretty good free throw shooter, although he hasn't had very many opportunities this year. Percentage at 73. Both free throws good. Weitzel comes in there and puts it up, and here comes Lamont Long bringing down. Pull up, and he hits. Shields with the foul for Lamont Long in the ball game tonight. 7 points, 5 in the second half. And here's a look at our Subway sub of the game today, and it's Lamont Long off the bench, helping out the New Mexico Lobos with 7 points. Good defense tonight, and he is our Subway sub of the game. Free throw no good by Platt. .2 seconds to go. Very solid crowd here tonight. They were expecting about 9,000. Don't know if they got it, but they've been in the game from the get-go. Long hits the baseline jumper there. And Rogers will go to the line to shoot the 2. That's Chad Rogers, walk-on, local kid from Tulsa.
Mike, if you get a look at the Tulsa bench, it tells the whole story comparing that to New Mexico. They're standing and cheering, and the Lobos over there, several heads down on the Lobo bench. There you see Tulsa's bench, but you look at the Lobos, and there's some a lot of unhappy faces over there.
As there should be. Disappointing result tonight. You wonder about confidence now, continuing this road trip. And Schornstein, a long three-pointer. Will stop the clock momentarily. We'll see if Platt can knock down another one. And that's the buzzer. Solid effort from Tulsa tonight. They look like a top 25 team. They lead it by a final score, or they win it by a final score of 80-57. We'll be back with more from Tulsa after this timeout.
A few Lobos to step it up with Kenny Thomas out.
Clayton Shields with the best play of the game from Kelly Lickers. Well, another player that I think stepped up a little bit tonight was Daniel Santiago, who could have been our Subway sub of the game with 8 points, 3 of 3 field goals tonight for New Mexico. Did a good job.
That's exactly right. He did. He didn't miss a shot.
Okay, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more to wrap this thing up from Tulsa, New Mexico. Tough night.